So in this video, I want to talk about the red pill word men. I don't want to talk about blue pill word men, pussified beta males, right? Because those guys are always on their feels, right? They're always on their feelings. They're always feeling something. They're just like women. Most likely they were raised by women, or they were brainwashed into thinking that a man is powerful if he acts like a woman, while a woman is powerful while she acts like a man. Pretty much what's happening in society today. So I don't want to talk about those guys because those guys still have a lot more to go through first before what I'm about to say in this video even makes sense or applies to them. The reason why I want to talk about red pill alert men is because often, or not just red pill alert men, because a lot of real alpha males are also out there who don't express as much feelings as most people think that they should, but they're not necessarily red pill aware. So those men as well are being included in this video. So the reason why we, red pill aware men, and those men who quote unquote are not in par with our emotional side, right? Because that's what society, that's the shaming tactic society wants to throw at us. Oh, he's just not in par with his emotional side. He just can't touch his soft side. He's so heartless. All this shaming languages and emotional tactics that they throw at us, right? Shaming tactics. The reason why we act distant or we act quote unquote heartless, it's not because we are cold or heartless or any of that. No, it's because we have understood where to apply the emotions or where to feel the emotions and where not to. I'm going to give you my personal life story, okay? Back in 2018, my ex dumped me. And it was a very weird breakup because at first I was the one to pull back from her. Then she came back to me, and then we kind of went back and forth. Like every time I pulled back, she would come back, and then when I gave her a chance, she would pull back. You guys know the classic pullback method that women do. I had no idea what the hell was going on because the last time this happened, the last time I pulled back and she came back to me, and then I let her in, and then she pulled back again. The last time that happened, I had no idea what the hell's going on, all right? Because this has been happening for the past 6 months towards the end of our relationship. So now I know obviously what was happening. She wanted to have the upper hand. She wanted to be the one to pull the plug so that she could feed her ego that, oh, it was me who rejected him. Obviously, I get it now. But back then I had no idea. I was blue-pilled as hell, right? That's the relationship that brought me to the red pill, by the way. So after her and I broke up completely, after she pulled back the very last time, and then I started going to her, then she just pulled the plug completely. I woke up one morning, and the night before that morning, her and I talked on the phone. Everything was happy and dandy, right? Everything was good. We acted like, oh, we're back in love again. This is gonna be all good. This, that, and the other. And then the next morning, I wake up. I get a big ass text message from her saying that, hey, good luck in your college town, because I was about to leave my current place at that time where I was living, which was 30 minutes from her house, and I was gonna go 2.5 hours away from her. So in total, I would have been 3 hours away from her for college. And she said, good luck on your journey. I don't think this is going to work out, yada, yada, yada. Have a good life. And she blocked me from every social media, every text message, she blocked my number. She even blocked my email, everything, so I cannot contact with her. And me being the beta I was, I drove to her place that day, right? After I woke up and I saw that text message. As soon as I saw that text message, I shit you not, guys, I started crying. I started bawling my eyes out. I put my pants on, got in my car, started driving. I called my mother on the way there, and I'm bawling my eyes out on the way there on the highway. There's cars passing me going 70, 80 miles per hour, and I'm crying, emotionally unstable. I could have gotten a wreck and ended up, I don't know where, right? A lot of things could have happened to me that day. But it was a 30-minute drive. I was bawling the whole way there. I got there. I had sunglasses on my eyes, so she couldn't see how red and puffy my eyes were. I knocked on the door, her brother came out, and I said, hey, is she here? Can I talk to her? Her brother didn't know at this point what happened, because her brother and I talked like 2 days before that, and everything was okay. He said, oh, Zeke, come in, have a tea with us, isn't it? I'm like, no, I just want to talk to her. Can you please send her out? She comes down. I could see the heartless eyes that she had. Like, I would never, ever forget that look. The heartless look that she had at that moment looking at me while water still running down my cheeks. I would never forget that in my entire life. I will always remember how cold that look was that she gave me. The only thing I asked her, hey, you said we were okay. What happened? You guys don't know what her answer was? Again, I will never forget this line either from her. Without hesitation, any kind of hesitation, she looked straight dead in my eyes. And she said, I changed my mind. She turns around, walks away, goes into the car, shuts the door on my face. I walk back to my car, sit in my car for a little bit, keep bawling my eyes out. And for the next 3 months, that happened right at the beginning of the summer. For the next 3 months, that whole summer, I rejected 5 girls down because they wanted to hook up with me. I'm not even, you can't make this up. I rejected 5 girls down from sleeping with me. That's how emotionally and mentally effed up I was. And I cried every single day for those 3 months straight for her. Every single morning I would wake up, I had a numbing ache in my heart. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. Some of you guys have experienced it. And that's when I started watching Red Pill content. That's when I started watching YouTube videos asking for answers. Like, what happened? She said everything was fine, and then why did she do this? That's when I found Coach Corey Wayne. From that, I found LFA, Lean Figure Army. Some of you guys know who he is. He was my first Red Pill coach. After that, I found Coach Greg Adams. After that, I found Alpha Male Strategies, and the list just goes on and on and on. And now here I am. What did that teach me, fellas? That taught me that up till that point, every single thing I was being emotional about, crying about, bitching, complaining, moaning, complaining about, didn't need to be bitched, moaned, complained, and cried about. Didn't need me to be emotional. Didn't need me to burst out in tears or any of that. Why would I be crying for a girl when there's billions of them out here? That's the point of telling you guys all this whole story. But now, when I do feel the emotion, when I do feel that, hey, something is not right here. Because, fellas, believe it or not, you can't live the rest of your life with 100% pure logic every single time. You are going to feel emotions. If you don't, then most likely you're a psychopath, or you have some sort of mental issues. Or you're just lying to us, telling that you don't feel anything. So yes, we will feel things, and I do too, here and there, every now and then. And those here and there times that I feel those emotions are the real emotions that need to be felt, are the right kind of emotions, are the moments, those here and there moments that I feel certain emotions, are the right moments where I should be feeling and not using logic. For example, my mom diagnosed with breast cancer the second time this time. And when I heard that news, I could feel those tears starting to build back up. Now, I'm way, way, way better at controlling my emotion than I was, so no, I didn't cry or any of that. But I felt that rush. And I knew for a fact that that's the perfect time to feel an emotion. The emotion I was feeling, that made sense. But the emotion I was feeling prior to my red pill days and my blue pill days didn't make any sense, because I'm feeling frivolous emotions. And this is why you see women are so much easier and quicker to get over men than men are to get over women. Because they are always on their emotions, always on their feels. So when they should be feeling certain kind of emotions, those emotions seem very frivolous to them. When you're crying and being angry and just riding in the emotional roller coaster 24/7, then another hit of a breakup, Another small frivolous thing that's frivolous to her but a big thing to you doesn't seem to bother her at all, because she's used to that emotional roller coaster. And she looks at this heartbreak, she looks at this breakup like, oh, whatever, just another guy. She doesn't take it seriously. She doesn't take the emotions that need to be taken seriously. She doesn't take the emotions seriously that need to be taken seriously. That's what I'm trying to say. While us men, red pill aware men, and guys who are controlling our emotions, we know which emotions should be felt and which emotions should be overlooked by logic. Because there's a lot of cases where, for example, you're at the register at Walmart and she's taking forever to check your things in. You can't just burst out in anger and emotional outburst and start cursing at her. I understand that you're frustrated and you're running late, but there's most likely a reason. Maybe she's a new worker, or maybe the guy in front of you or the gal in front of you has a credit card or a debit card that's not working. So something is taking longer than it should. Something that you don't have any control over. You're not going to start cursing her out, because you know this emotion that you're feeling right now can be trumped by logic if you just use your logic. And that's why most guys and most gals call us heartless. Most likely women call us heartless. Because we overlook a lot of things that actually need to be overlooked. Love. What the fuck is love? You're telling me I'm going to give this hoe who've been ran through by the whole community a second chance? Fuck no. Oh, you don't love her? Fuck no, I don't love this hoe. I don't even know what the hell love is anymore. I honestly don't. If any of you guys have the true definition of what love is, please let me know. I would like to know. Because in my opinion, it doesn't exist. We're going to talk about it on another video. But another point I want to bring up to you guys is that why do you think single fathers are a much better parent than single mothers? Because single mothers are always on their emotions. Always. The child is an imprint of the guy that imprinted her. Every time she looks at the child, she goes through an emotional roller coaster. Because that reminds her of the baby daddy. And that's why when you're that emotional, you can't raise another human being right. Well, first of all, you weren't raised right anyways, girl, to begin with. Your parents did a shitty job themselves. But more importantly, you are a slave to your emotions. But a single father is not like that, because he has come into his senses. Most guys end up coming into their senses after they have a kid. They wisen up because, like, for example, I've bought a lot of motorcycles from a lot of different guys who told me that the reason why they're selling their motorcycles is because they have a kid. So guys become more mature, more responsible, more accountable, and more importantly, more realistic. And to live in the realistic world, you need logic. So guys inevitably become more logical. And that's why they are a much better parent at raising their kids than single mothers are. Think about that for a second. Fellas, another thing I've noticed, and this is going to be my last point, is that the emotions that we do feel, though, the important emotions that need to be felt, we feel them at its 100% capacity. Those aren't fake emotions. Women have a lot of crocodile tears throughout their entire life. We men don't. Red pill aware men, alpha male, real men. We don't. Whenever tears are coming down our cheeks, those are 100% to its max capacity, and we feel them to our bones. So don't let anybody shame you like that. Oh, you're just heartless. No, you're not. You know why they're saying that. Most likely they're trying to manipulate you into doing something you don't want to do. That's why they're going to use that shaming tactic. Oh, you're heartless. Shame on you. You don't feel anything. Just keep a smile on your face. Or don't say anything. Don't do anything. But just know that you're not heartless. You're just smart. And last but not least, if you need to take your anger out or take your emotion out, and you know for a fact whatever you're feeling could be trumped by logic, but for some weird reason, or for some reason, I don't want to say weird reason, for some reason, you're just not being able to control those emotions, even though you know that it doesn't make sense for you to feel those emotions right now, but you just can't stop yourself. For the love of God, don't let anybody see that. As a man, you should always be perceived as a stoic man. Go somewhere else, go to the gym, lift some weights, go to the boxing ring, hit the heavy bag out, go on a run, do something physical. Because for men, if you do something physical, you get tired, you release endorphins, you release good hormones, adrenaline kicks in. It takes your mind off of those things. And the best medicine for any kind of emotion, bad emotion actually, for any kind of bad emotion, the best medicine is time. Time heals all wounds, regardless of whatever advice you get from whoever. Time is the ultimate medicine and is your ultimate enemy at that very time. No pun intended, when you're not being able to control those emotions. Anyways, fellas, you guys get the idea. Follow me on Instagram at Zeekpeak. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, stay blessed, stay beautiful, and above all, stay classy.